Raag is an ancient science of sound from India, from that region, from the Indus Valley civilization. The Rishi Munis first started developing it when they came across different angels. The angels would teach them their melodic code to call on that deity. And that was the birth of most Raag. And it's evolved through the last 5,000 years. The oldest written record of Raga is in the Rig Veda from 4,500 years ago. They have the notes written out. Sare Gama Pada Ni Sa. Sare Gama Pada Ni. Just the 7 notes written. In those Vedas, those were compiled not as the first teaching, okay? That's compilation of thousands of years of teaching. So when we talk about the Vedas, the teachings in them go back another 5,000 years. It was all oral tradition until then. So for the last 10,000 years, you can assume this is how it's taught, 10,000 years. These teachings have been evolving. And in the Guru's time, and from 1490s until the 1720s, the style of singing is called Dhrupad. Dhrupad Gaiki, Dhrupad Dhamar. This style of singing was, to sing one shabad could take you an hour. But that's not to say they didn't have shorter renditions. But in the real Dhrupad style of singing, you will call on that note structure. See, a raga is a combination of notes with its own mode, by Western terms, has some restrictions that you emphasize one note and you have a supporting note, which is usually about a fifth of a difference on the scale, and fourth or a fifth. And those notes are going to be your anchors, while sa being the bass note, your beginning note is always an anchor. And you develop a certain feeling, an experience of ecstasy through that. That's what raga is. My teacher always explains raga as anand. Means bliss or ecstasy. That's all it is. But in technical terminology, you get these notes, you develop this sensation, and there are vocal techniques that some ragas use and some don't. Just to give you a little reference to the lineage and that region, the cultural region that is the makeup of all this. And the ancient Rishi Munis might meditate on between the first 3 notes for an hour before they expand the scale. And there's bhagti and shakti, right? Bhakti, the devotional aspect, takes time. They say, sahej subhai so meetha lage. Sahej means consistence, patience, unwavering commitment is sahej. And when you do something in that way, with that kind of patience, it's probably the easiest word to describe the experience of sahej, where you do without any expectation, any tiring, any requirement of experience, or you're not on the clock, let's say, but you're also not concerned with who's in the room. You're not concerned with what time of day it is. You're just in it to be in it. That's sahej. And so if you do it with sahej, it becomes sweet, tastes sweet. That's what, if you experience going into raga with that kind of devotion, that sweetness is very, it comes very quickly, but the catch-22 is you expect it never shows up. You demand it doesn't show up. But you go in with sahej and it's there automatically. So these Rishi Munis used to practice and do that kind of devotional approach for hours. They used to do what they call a siddhi of a raga. Doing a siddhi is full mastery, where every cell of your being owns that raga. So 73 trillion cells own that sound, and they can resonate it, right? And to do a siddhi of a raga, they used to sing one musical combination which can be elaborated on into infinity, but it is restricted in some ways for years. I remember one Gurbani Kirtan teacher told us that if you want to master a shabad, you sing the same shabad every day for 20 minutes for 1 year, and then you learn another shabad. You don't learn any other in that time. Then another master told me, if you really want to master a shabad, you learn 2 shabads a day for 10 years and relate them to that shabad. So there's a lot of approaches, and none are wrong.